In this video we are going to show you how to remove the monitor for navigation and the speedometer cluster for Tesla Model S 2013, which is similar to the later years. The tools that you need is this size T20 Torx screwdriver plus this dashboard removal tool. We already made everything loose. This is just for the demonstration only. Before you start removing the unit, you need to bring the steering wheel all the way forward and then drop it down, and then open up the windows on both sides. So because we are going to disconnect the battery, so when you close the door, the glasses, they do not retract. So you need to lower at least the two front door windows down like about 1 inch. So when you close the door, it won't interfere with the roof of the car. And the first step, you need to disconnect the battery and the power supply cable under the hood, which I'll show you in a second. This is under the hood of the car. You need to remove all these plastic panels. Just pop it off. This one does not have any screws. Just pop it off. And then on the passenger side panel, you counterclockwise rotate this knob, and you put it away, and then you can remove this cover. And you put this one on the side, and here there is another cover right above the battery. At this step, we remove the two clips which is holding this cover. It is right above the air filter housing. We just remove this rubber clip, and then you lift it up. It just stays up here. We already removed the air filter, by the way. It just goes right over here, and this is the cover for the air filter, which you need to remove, which we've already removed it before. And then there are two screws over here. And the two screws are holding the housing for the air filter are size 10 millimeter, which you need to remove them. And this housing, you can dislodge the housing for the air filter assembly. As you can see here, this is the battery, which you need to disconnect the terminal. And after you disconnect the battery terminal, you disconnect this high voltage cable also. You just have to lift this, and then it comes up. And to remove the battery terminal, you just use this 8 millimeter socket and remove the center bolt, and then you can just disconnect the battery terminal. And these are all for the precaution, for the safety. Okay, now we are back inside the cabin on the passenger side. We need to pop up this side panel for the dashboard. By the way, this it has metal clips which they are very hard to remove, and has one connector. And as you can see, this is a connector. Now we remove the panel for the dashboard. This one does not have any screws either. It has just those metal clips like the side panel. They are really hard to get off. Once you get this panel out, then we drop the panel underneath. There are 6 screws, size T20, holding the glove box compartment, the 3 on the top, and 3 underneath. So once you get all these 6 screws out, size T20 Torx, and then you can remove the whole glove box assembly. And then make sure you disconnect the light for the glove box, the connector. Now that we removed the whole glove box compartment, we are going to lift up the dashboard. You do not need to remove the whole dashboard, you can just lift it up. And there are 2 mounting screws size T20 also, which is holding this wooden trim. Once you get those 2 screws out, and then you can remove this wooden trim and put it on the side. Just like the passenger side, you need to remove this side panel and then plus the dashboard cover underneath it. The steering wheel column, just drop that one down too. Now we remove the cover above the cluster. You just pop it off, no screws. These are the clips. And now you remove the 2 size T20 Torx screw to open up the trim around the cluster. Once you do that one, and then you can lift up the top of the dashboard. There is a 1 screw holding the AC vent right under the dashboard. And here is the screw for the AC vent. And there are the 2 screws right over here, which is attached to the dashboard cover. You need to remove all these 3, and then you remove the AC vent cover. There are 4 screws, the size T20 mounting screws holding the monitor. There are 2 on the top and 1 on the passenger side, and then 1 on the driver side. Once you get all these 4 screws out, and before that one, remove this panel underneath the monitor. Now we can remove the whole, grab both ends of the monitor, one on the top, one on the bottom, and then you can remove the monitor. And these are the connector for the back of the unit. All of these connectors, you need to push the clips inward and then remove them. Basically, you need 2 people, 1 person holding the monitor and another person disconnecting the connectors if you want to get the monitors out. And if you need to remove the speedometer cluster, you need to remove the screw for the AC vent on the driver's side, and the cluster has 4 mounting screws, size T20 also. Once you get these 4 screws out, and then you will be able to remove the cluster.